first quarter.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Murray from midfield. He's going to let this go for the end zone. Touchdown, Packers. Tyreek Hill, 50 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Rodgers now. Going to throw again. There's the first NFL catch for the former Georgia Bulldog, Mecole Hardman. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for Chicago.
And the Bears, 1st down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. That's caught by Jackson. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path. A significant number.
And it's a fumble, and the Packers pick it up. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball, You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
On first down, it's Grant. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Murray now on first down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On second and very short, Murray. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 22-yard line.
Run it. Mike, 56, right there, 56. You better bring. Let it go.
Now Gordon on first down. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
It's just me and you. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right over there.
Looking to throw on second down. Murray. And his throw here's incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And it's third down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Throwing is Murray on third down. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Now Aldrich Rosas for the field goal attempt. From the left hash, this from 39. And Rosas puts this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Good one, let's go.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Rodgers. It's caught by Jackson. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for the Bears.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's going to go for a big play. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 36 yards on the play.
That's another Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run. Devontae Freeman. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. The end result, 21 yards.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see him play like that, where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the...
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Jimmy Graham there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. And Pointer, they found a gap there on the post pattern in the middle of the end zone.
And ordinarily, that's a tough spot to find because there's usually coverage to take away that portion of the field. But they found a gap, and they exploited it.
Dawson able to connect on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
58, boys, 58, 58, Mike. Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Check 3, check 3.
Matt Moore, the backup, ready for his first throw. That one complete to Hill. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
Ready. Mike's 56. Hey, tighten down. There you go.
22 jet bombers, 22 jet bombers. Check 49, check 49. Get it.
Here's Moore on 1st and 10. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Eric Harris who picks it. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to, and I know it feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caught fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Here we go, here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. You bet. Let's go.
Now Moore to throw on second down. They complete it to Hill. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 22 yards there, a first down.
Go. Send it over.
You don't want nothing. You don't want nothing.
Hey, Orbit.
You don't want
Deep rip.
Moore throwing on first down. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Undercrush. Topper. Spike.
To throw again. Moore sets up the screen to Gordon.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Hey, high 7. Now. Protein spill.
Moore now from the gun. He'll throw. It's Hill, complete. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. And, of course, we'll also take a look back at this first half. They'll try and run for it, going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. The Packers unable to pick up the first, and the Bears will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
26.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the...
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Set, ready? 18 Gators. General West. Five.
Mike 56. Mike 56.
Now.
To throw is Moore on first down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Here's Freeman. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
58.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
At the 33-yard line.
Get 300. Get 300. 399.
To throw is Rodgers. Gets it off to Freeman. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
That's good for the Bears.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time, but it's going to be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
He's not going to get me.
Now he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Here we go. Got double tight. Double tight. Hey.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. And Dawson's kick is good. And that will knock things up here late in the first half. So they're able to make things level just before half and also...
that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it, and that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. No. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do you have?
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. We talk about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Let's go, D, tighten up. Let's go, D, tighten up.
Ready?
Operating from the gun. Moore. He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie.
Blue 58.
Strong left, all day.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come up to 6.
A lot of points.
Here we go.
Ready up.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Hey, lock it. Let's go. Let's be good.
Now a give, right side. Grant, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. More now. Caught by Nelson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 37. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Here's Grant. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time they surrendered to safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go.
Rodgers going to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Well, this, of course, the 100th season of NFL football, and 17 matchups with historical significance have been picked throughout the season. And this is the first of them, Bears and Packers, the NFL's oldest rivalry dating way back to 1921, with the Packers having the all-time edge 96, 94, and 6 ties. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. K1 short with a sack. That's 315 pounds of man right there.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
319.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. He's going to let this go deep for... Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion.
You had to figure they'd take a shot downfield on 3rd and long, so the old cliche came into mind right away for me. Who wants it more? You always hear about receivers, hear about their hands, their moves, their speed. How about the positioning and the desire to go get that one out of the air?
Now it's Freeman, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
88. 57 to Mike. Hey, Alpha. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Throwing on 2nd down. Rodgers got it. It's Brown. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 22-yard line. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver If you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Feels right, feels right. I got you.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. That's caught by Jackson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On 2nd and goal, Rodgers. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Antonio Brown there to make the grab. And the Bears have retaken the lead. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good, we're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Dawson tacks on the point after, and the lead is up to 5. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. They will run with Grant, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. He's got the first down and more past midfield. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47. Now Moore. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
First down, Green Bay.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Here's Moore on 1st and 10. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 22, the 40, 30, 20. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown.
Down
He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick six last year, remember it, but it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is, because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this, these linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them were running backs, and they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the pick six, and they decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett, his second sack of the night.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. Looking to throw. Moore. He completes it to Nelson. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty.
56 to Mott, boys, 56.
Leo!
Let's get this. Let's go.
Now Moore, operating from the gun. Gets this one to Hill. He's at the 50. The 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Tyreek Hill, 93 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. So that's a really big play here in the fourth quarter, and don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just one score. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive...
And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 40, the 20. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Nicole Hardman with his first career touchdown in his first career game as the Bears push further out in front. They'll try and run with Freeman. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Needed a couple yards for the two-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do, because a lot of teams play you for the pass, so you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop it behind the line. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Ready, ready! 15, line, 59. Bravo!
More to throw on third down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He's going to let it fly. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory.
Let's 57's mine.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Rodgers looking to throw. He'll hit Jackson complete. Well, he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. Hey.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for Chicago, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.